Yo, what's going on? He said, young boy, where you at? Shit, man, I'm just chilling, man. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat already. Nigga said late to his own live. Yeah, that's me. Late and shit. Man, had a long day, but finally back on live. A lot of shit I wanted to talk about. Let me let my people know we live right now on the station. Hold on. There's a lot of shit going on right now. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. Hold on. I'm letting people know we live on YouTube right now. Share the link. Yeah, share that link. So, yo, what it do, art man? Much love, fam. Yeah, shout out to everybody, man. I know it's been a minute since I've been live, but I'm back. Back to talk my shit. Speaking of shit talking, did y'all hear George Cambosis? Did y'all hear George Cambosis recently talking about Devin Haney was holding and they got a new ref or whatever? I'm like, dude, that's fine, but I thought you were Mr. No Excuses. Matter of fact, I thought the whole boxing world was Mr. No Excuses, man. It seems like a lot of people got excuses right after they said that Wilder shouldn't be having excuses and this, and that. Everybody always got something to say. Straight up. But yeah, speaking of Wilder, we got Wilder versus Hellenius. We got motherfucking Devin Haney versus George Kambosos 2. And we got Carissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall in the UK. Salute to everybody. Man, shout out to everybody. Hold on, let me get my camera straight. Hell yeah. Hold on. We in this motherfucker. Straight up. Yep. Okay. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me put my spectacles on. Man, I don't know. Look, I've been, what's that story called The Boy That Cried Wolf? Man, I've been hearing that so much from Ryan Garcia. It's hard to believe when a fight is actually completed when it comes to this guy because he and Javante Davis just tweeted that it's a done deal. But I don't see no official announcement from the team. But they both basically said done deal. In fact, that's what they both tweeted. Go on their Twitter right now and check it out. They said done deal. So I'm thinking the fight might be done. But I'm not sure. Well, too many times it's just hard for me to just say the fight's happening officially. But did you hear that news, brother D Hive?
Yeah, well, first of all, what's up, man? Yeah, I saw it, and it's cap because first of all, I've told people from the very beginning Ryan Garcia has no desire to fight Tank. That's just what it is. Second off, let's keep it 100. Ryan Garcia is Oscar De La Hoya's version of Tank. Why would he sacrifice him like that for one bag?
Because where else he's gonna get the bag from?
He can get a bunch of. First of all, Ryan Garcia is doing commercials and shit. So Ryan, I'm still not even sure if he wants to box, and I guarantee he's not signing. He's not signing any contracts that are high risk that are coming his way. So he can do what he's been doing. He can smoke the little dudes over there, Matchroom or whatever. I'm pretty sure they could bring up Maxie Hughes or the fucking or what they can do is they can rob Diaz with Zepeda and then have Ryan fight his ass. He's not that good.
But that shit ain't making no money like Javante Davis versus Ryan Garcia.
Ryan Garcia could have been had that fight though, and he didn't. And in fact, he moved like as soon as Tank came back down to 135. What did Ryan Garcia do? He moved back up to 140 to not fight him again. He doesn't want to fight him. I don't know how many times I got to tell you this. He does not want to fight him. He wants to keep his name relevant in boxing with a Tank fight, so he can still get viewership for fighting garbage while he does other shit. He's shooting commercials. He's at 140. He do like it's Ryan Garcia does not want to fight Tank. I'm not even sure how many times I have to keep telling dudes.
My dude, Extreme Willpower, said, I'm surprised the zone is still working with Matchroom after all them L's Eddie has taken. I'm surprised too, right?
I mean, the zone is just a media distributor. Matchroom is the boxing platform, so the zone getting paid regardless. It doesn't matter who the fuck wins or loses on Matchroom for the zone. The zone check clearing regardless because they're the ones that put this shit out there in the media. They're just a distributor, so it don't matter. That's like top
Man,
ranking ES. It's like top ranking ESPN. ESPN eat regardless. It don't matter who the fuck wins on top rank.
man, there's some shit I wanted to talk about, Di. What is since you're locked on Twitter,
Oh, I'm free now.
what is I know you're free now, but what is your thoughts on counter Ben?
Oh yeah. Okay. So first of all, I never had any real faith in Conor Ben to amount to shit at 147 any fucking way. But now that I see he's on steroids, you bitch dude, Eddie Hearn talked all that shit about Jarrell Miller, talking all that shit about Canelo. Mean fucking while Conor Ben needs some damn steroids just to fight Eubank Jr., a dude who's coming down like one or two weight classes plus a rehydration clause, and he's not even that good. Bro, both. Let me tell you. From this point on, Conor Ben and Eubank Jr. can both get thrown in the fucking garbage. I don't care if either one of them fight again. They both ain't shit, and both of their daddies would whoop their ass in their prime. If their daddies were their age in their prime, both of them would get bodied. Eubank Senior and Ben Senior would beat the shit out their kids, and that's fucking sad. And keep in mind, Conor Ben has fought nobody, and he's fought absolutely his best win is fucking Chris Algieri, a dude who can't punch. Don't get me wrong, I love me some Chris Algieri. Don't get it twisted, but with all due respect, he cannot punch like Jesse Vargas cannot punch. There are plenty of people that are fantastic people, fantastic fighters. They just cannot punch. Unfortunately, Algier is one of those people. He cannot punch.
Man, it's tough.
And I want Ben to get the goddamn Jarrell Miller treatment. Okay, I don't want him getting shit. And from now on, I don't want nobody signing up to fight Conor Ben because he's trash. Right now, what we need to do to Conor Ben, because Conor Ben isn't that valuable an opponent, so you could starve Conor Ben out the game. You couldn't starve Canelo out the game because you make 10, 20 million fucking with him. But Conor Ben has no fucking star power. Starve him out the game. They tried to set Adrian Brunner up. They tried to take advantage of his financial issues and get him killed. So yeah, fuck Conor Ben. And Eubank, here's what you need to do. Go back up to 160, stop being a bitch, and fight Charlo, okay? You're going to get your ass whooped. But it's okay. You're going to make a good bag, and you can come back from it. Because Charlo's not on roids right now.
Man, this nigga Conor Ben was on a come up and he popped dirty. He didn't even have no real fight before he even popped dirty. That's nuts.
I'm just like, bro, like if he was signing up to move up and weight to fight Jermell Charlo or somebody or Danny Garcia or somebody, okay, maybe. But you're fighting a weight drain Eubank Jr. Like, are you serious? Are you fucking serious? This is what who you juicing for? Like, ugh. Like I said, man, starve him. Nobody fight him. Nobody. Don't nobody worth anything sign to
Nigga,
fight
it ain't gonna be his choice. That nigga looking at a 4-year ban.
good. And shit. Now he'll learn. Fuck him. Like I said, he needs to get the same treatment as Jarrell Miller. Jarrell Miller lost everything. He lost his money, his family, time out of his career. He lost every goddamn thing. Conor Ben ain't no exception. Eddie Hearn talking all that shit. And what's worse is that Eddie Hearn knew about it.
It's still promoted.
Yeah, and he was still trying to get the fight made even after he failed. Talking about, oh yeah, nah, Vada ain't shit. All we need is UCAD. Like what? So you don't give a fuck about Eubank? You don't care about Eubank. You don't care about Adrian Broner. You don't care about nobody, huh? You just want them to get in there and get murdered.
Oh,
And then they had Chris.
he had these fake tears for Patrick Day.
Right. And then they got Chris Algieri talking about shit. Maybe I was cheated. Yeah, because he hit you hard, my nigga. He hit you fucking hard. He stopped you with one punch. Like he hit you and you flew across the fucking ring, bro. Like, yeah, he hit you hard.
I was telling Dripper a while back, him and Southern T. I used to tell them niggas like, yo, I don't know about this counterband nigga. I don't know about him. I think he on the juice. Actually, Dripper, I told him that, but I was like, nah, can't be. But then I was like, you know what? Maybe he is, man, because you can't really trust that side. And then this news comes out. I'm like, man, it just makes him look super bad, dude. It
Yeah.
really does. Like, dude, like, and then he tried to do the little media workout. Like, oh Lord,
He's deadlifting fucking 500 pounds and shit. Like for what? You're a boxer. What the fuck you doing all that for? And I keep telling dudes in the United Kingdom, steroids of all types are legal to possess. You simply cannot sell, manufacture, or distribute, but you can own them. In the United States, they're illegal to even have. Like if the feds walk into your house and you have a vial of testosterone, that's jail time. That's the difference.
because you could be out here fucking building super soldiers to fight the police department and shit.
Exactly. Like I said, there was a power lifter who did 12 years in prison behind some fucking steroids. 12 years. They gave him
Nigga, when I
12
go to the
years.
gym, that's the first thing on the locker room door. Steroid warning. If you're caught, your shit is immediately kicked out this motherfucking gym.
Yep, because everybody gets investigated. Because in America they're manufacturing underground labs, so they treat that shit like crack. As soon as they find somebody, they want to investigate. Okay, how these roids getting here? Who's manufacturing? Who's dealing? Who's doing this? Who's doing
And then
that?
you got whole UK doctors. The shit is just like this Wilder Fury shit. It's just it gets real deep, man, because the doctor goes on YouTube and explains to people that you can get past drug testing. And then this nigga says his clients are Tyson Fury and Conor fucking Ben. Out of all the people, the person who questioned Conor Ben, and then you got the biggest cheat as a client, Tyson Fury. And then come and find out, this motherfucker's in the camp for the Wilder versus Fury 3 fight.
I
And
just
then
don't
you're
understand.
wondering why 300-pound niggas are able to fucking jump up and be fresh in the 11th round. Stamina and all.
I just don't understand. Like Fury was already banned for this shit. I don't know what more proof people needed. He got kicked out the sport for the very thing we're accusing him of. And then Conor Ben, hopefully he gets the same treatment. But I don't understand why it's so hard to come to terms with it. He's a fucking cheater.
Man, I got UK people like trying to defend it. They start pointing at Roy Jones Jr. and shit. I'm like, man, save that shit, nigga. Y'all, the
I mean, look at
spotlight is on y'all because it's crazy how this shit went full circle. The UK dudes were so mad that Canelo was juicing. Now look at them.
I mean, sure. Look at AJ. AJ, at least he got his paperwork right. He has a TRT exemption with his big ass, and as y'all saw, it didn't help shit. Didn't help. Got beat up. Got beat
Still
up.
got beat up.
Yeah. So it is what it is. Extreme. We're probably talking about when Boots gonna fight. Well, I mean, you know how that is. No one wants to fight. No one wants to fight Boots on the cheap, and Budrick Hands don't know how to sign on some paperwork. So we waiting
Man,
on that shit.
I was thinking today, like, damn, I really haven't seen too much of Boots. Not because of like, you know, he don't have a lot of fights. It's because he's just breaking these dudes off real quick. Like that Clayton fight, like, man, what the fuck? You went to training camp 6 weeks for that shit.
Hey, that's
I
professionalism.
gotta see. I gotta see more Boots, man, and we gotta put him in there with the likes of Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, if you gonna be around here, you gonna have to fight this man. Otherwise, sit your old ass down because this shit is not you. He's in no position to say, "I want 10, $15 million." You better take that good old 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and if you're confident, put your one on, put your 1 million on yourself to win, right?
You know that's what he do. He waiting on Bud and Spence to fall through so he could put his name in the fucking hat like he deserves some shit. But no, nobody trying to hear that shit from Keith Thurman. You don't deserve no three belt unification after the work
Bro,
you
he
put in,
fought Manny Pacquiao in like 2019, right?
and then fought Barrios.
Nigga,
Yeah, all
that's
right.
such a fucking long time ago. 2019 already, bro. That's when Wilder was fighting Ortiz for the second time and shit. Before we got serious about this glove gate shit. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like, dude, that was such a long time ago. You talking about you deserve some shit? Nigga, you need to relax and fight fucking Boots. If think about it. I don't care what nobody say. If Keith Thurman beats Boots right now, people can say he's too green or whatever, but that certifies Keith Thurman as a legit power player in the
Right.
motherfucking welterweight division because he can stop the young gun coming up.
Right. Yeah. I agree. Like I said, whoever gets Boots early is going to be like a Canelo level victory, like Mayweather versus Canelo, because the win is going to age very good because not many people going to beat him. And what Danny Ramirez said is some real shit. Boots versus Butaev would be excellent, but ever since he lost, this motherfucker disappeared. He ain't talking no shit. He got beat up
Man,
by Stanionis and went into witness protection. What the fuck happened to Butaev?
what happened to him? He ain't saying shit.
He hasn't said anything. I remember Boots was talking about fighting him before he fought Stanionis, and he was
I
like,
think I
nah."
think he took a lot of punches in that fight. He's getting fucked
He
up.
did. I mean, he whooped. He did a lot of damage to Stanionis, but he couldn't get his head off the line from that jab. Stanionis had his ass on lockdown with the jab the entire fight. And
Bro,
Crowley, I don't want to see Boots versus Cody Crowley. That's not a good fight. That Crowley will get folded the fuck up.
Boots would fuck up Staniosis. Staniosis, I feel like he's damaged too. He took a lot of
Oh,
damage in that Bootan fight too.
oh yeah, Stanionis got beat the hell up in that fight. Definitely.
He was getting punched because he was getting punched in the back of his head, all types of shit.
Yeah,
Multiple
Boots
rounds.
was
Multiple
dirty as
rounds.
hell.
He was complaining to the ref. Niggas was fighting. Man, they was both going at it.
Yeah, we tried to tell people Butaev was dirty after the Jamal James fight, but people were so happy that motherfucker. People were so happy that he got a little WBA Reggie strap. They were like, "Oh, Butaev gonna tear up the division." Psych, stick that bullshit down.
They put him in his first fucking fight defending the regular belt and got his ass beat the fuck up.
Now, Butaev didn't fail a drug test. Besputin, the guy who originally beat Butaev, failed the drug test, but they turned that into a no contest. Shit, and where Besputin at? Or maybe he's at top rank. I mean, Besputin's a
You
drug
know,
cheat, but he's a
top
good
rank,
fighter.
they know how to reform motherfucking drug cheats.
Yeah, get him some fucking fights. But nah, like Boots versus Butaev is good smoke. Boots versus Crowder, that shit is trash.
Conor
Um,
Ben gonna come back and sign it to top rank.
shit. I mean, outside, well, they don't even have Crawford anymore. So yeah, that's good smoke. He could run through their little 147 stable. I don't know who the fuck they got over there worth it. Or he can move up one and fight. What's his name?
Man, what
140
are the side
Amanda
effects?
Dias.
Heads all these niggas taking, man.
Wait, what was that?
What are the side effects of those pads that people be taking? That shit don't be
What
fucking with their dick and shit, man.
Well, it depends on what you take, but for the most part, androgens, testosterone derivatives, they cut off your natural testosterone production, so it doesn't affect your. I mean, some of the symptoms can be erectile dysfunction, but not all of them. But yeah, they have lots of effects. Most of them are toxic to the liver. Most of them are toxic to the kidneys. So it's a lot, bro. It's a lot. Well, Rashidi Ellis need to make weight. Okay, he weighed in at over 150 for his last fight, so he needs to decide if he's going to actually be a welterweight or if he's just going to hang out at 154 and wait for motherfuckers to come up some and mix it up there because he came in big as fuck, and it's because he hasn't had to actually make weight in a few years. maybe he's the discipline of the camp or the timing is a little bit off because he hadn't been active in like 2 or 3 years. But he needs to decide if he's gonna be a welterweight or not because he came in shit his last fight. I think he weighed in at like what 159 or some shit.
Yeah, he looked real big.
Yeah, so he needs to decide if he's gonna be a welterweight.
He should just stay at that weight.
Yeah, 154 is cool. There's a lot of good fights up there, and now it's starting to get a little hot. But all
What
the
do these dudes be afraid of? Like, why don't you just go fight in weight class that they can comfortably make?
I think more so is because the belts, the welterweight belts, they know that after Spence Crawford, if it even happens, that the belts are going to consolidate, then they're all going to go vacant. So it's a good opportunity to be multi-division champions while it's hot.
They don't think that the belt's gonna come off of Charlo faster.
Well, I mean, Charlo's defending them
He been
shit.
at 154 for a little minute.
I mean, yeah, I mean, well, Charlo, he's defending against Zoo, so shit. I mean, we don't know what he's going to do, and not to mention Jamal hasn't moved up from 160 yet. Jamal, yeah, I don't know.
Hey, hey, Charlo's gonna knock out fucking Tim Zoo. That's just gonna be funny.
Yeah, I'm seeing people, and it's funny because before that fight got made, people were saying, "Oh, Charlo gonna duck Tim Zoo." As soon as they say the fight's on for January, fucking 2023, oh well, Tim Zoo hasn't had a lot of experience. Man, fuck that, fuck that. Y'all were talking all that bullshit about how Charlo gonna duck somebody, and now all of a sudden you see he's gonna get his head knocked off because people have short memories. He got knocked down in the very first round against a dude who could barely punch himself. So let's not get the shit twisted. Mario Bars versus Abel Ramos. Oh yeah, that would be kind of cool. Yeah, yeah,
Hey, Keith Thurman fucked up Mario Barrios, man. I ain't
yeah.
gonna lie. He lucky.
That,
He lucky. Keith Thurman wasn't wearing those smaller gloves. It would have been over. He probably would have stepped his ass bad.
that would be a good fight though. Barrios versus Abel Ramos. Abel Ramos definitely needs it. Oh yeah, I agree with that. That would be a good
Y'all,
fight.
you think AB gonna come back ever?
Shit, I don't know. Adrian Broner gotta I don't know, man. He probably needs to just go ahead and call it, and maybe do commercials or something, because I don't know, man. Because who's he gonna fight? Fucking Omar Figueroa. Omar Figueroa just got his ass whooped. So I mean, what's he gonna do? I know he's not gonna fight no Lipidem. Oh fuck, not Rolly. Oh my god, man! If Rolly do some crazy shit and stop Adrian Broner, he never shut up. Barrios is not ass. He's just not the best. I don't think he's ass though. Yeah, I wouldn't say he's ass. Uh, you want a good example of an ass fighter is Armadillo. That dude Quadratile Armadillo or whatever, he's ass. That motherfucker suck. I think Cody Crowley just finished whooping on him. Yeah, that dude sucks.
Bro,
Right.
how did Lubin lose to Fedora?
I mean, we
How
all
he
know.
just looked normal again? That shit just crazy to me.
I mean, we all know Lubin. His chin is not super fantastic.
But it wasn't even his chin. Like his face started fucking expanding. I don't get it, man. Like I don't know.
Well, I told you what his issue was. He wasn't going to the body early enough, and he wasn't throwing his combinations and stepping around. He was staying right in front of Fandora so Fandora can hit him. You need with someone like that, you need to throw your combinations and then step around. You need to
That's
step
what the
around.
coach kept on saying. Step around, step around. This nigga, it was one round. He's getting so many uppercuts. I thought they was gonna call that shit.
Yeah, he stayed right in front of him. Like even like the thing is, Charlo was taller than Castano, but he knew Castano was applying constant pressure. So what did Charlo do? He threw his shots and then stepped around him. And then Castano had to reset and ran into punches every single time. And that was on a smaller dude. So for a bigger dude, that's what you got to do. Like look at what Lomachenko does. Lomachenko, when he's fighting someone, he throws his combinations, shifts, and steps around. I'm not big up in Lomachenko because Lomachenko gets more credit. Lomachenko gets more credit for fighting like Mike Tyson than Mike Tyson ever did. That's all Lomachenko does. Like people think Lomachenko like invented his own form of boxing. All he does is fight like Mike Tyson. That's it. He fights like a worse version of Mike Tyson. It doesn't move his head as much. That's it. That's all he does. And people talk shit about Mike Tyson, but they suck off Lomachenko. That shit has always been funny to me. He was
What you
too
think
monster
about
for it. Oh, good. He fought Fedora. Yeah, yeah, exactly. He fought on the inside, and that's not what he does best. Stupidity.
damn? I know he watching that fight with Ocampo. Like, man, what the fuck? How Ocampo go on 12 rounds with this nigga?
Look at Sergio Garcia. I thought Sergio Garcia beat him. Sergio Garcia ain't shit. Fucking like these are all dudes that Charlo was sent to the gulag. But I swear, before and after the Lubin fight, didn't me and you say Fundora wasn't quite certified yet?
I knew he wasn't certified
And then
because
didn't
I seen him lose live. I actually seen him fight in person.
oh the Jamonte Clark joint?
Yeah, and I thought he lost that fight.
Yeah. And then people kept telling us, "Oh, you guys don't know boxing. You're just racist." Da 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 da. Fast forward to Ocampo. Suddenly, the same people that tell us we don't know boxing are repeating what we said. The shit is priceless. The shit is priceless.
I got Shio Campo versus Jorge Cota. Oh yeah, that shit's good. I watched that.
Yeah,
But I
that's
think
cool.
Cota kind of washed now.
Yeah,
He been through
Ocampo
it.
probably knock him the fuck out. To be honest, Ocampo isn't bad. Yeah, nobody said Ocampo was bad, and not to mention after his loss, he didn't go on to lose 3-4 in a row. He went on a fucking 12 fight winning streak, knocking out 9 of them. So yeah, he's not. No one said he was bad. Just that's what happens when you fight. When you fight the best, you people make you look like shit
Where that knockout power at in that Fedora fight? It seemed like he wouldn't even barely hurt that nigga. He hit him with some clean shots too.
because he was stepping around. You can't hit what you can't see. If someone's in front of you, because Fundora's slow. Fundora's slow on the feet. So if you pivot around him, he has to slowly adjust his vision, and not to mention he's looking down at all his targets. So when you're hitting when you're hitting the bag and stuff, you're throwing straight punches, but he has to look down at all his targets, and it's very difficult usually for people to. And also he fights on the inside. He's not used to fighting like a big man, so it's very difficult for him to pinpoint and actually hit his targets if the targets are constantly moving.
Can you
So
imagine Charlo versus fucking Fedora?
man, I've been
Derek James probably had a perfect game plan to beat that nigga.
all all
Fourth
all,
round.
all Charlotte needs to do is when Fundora leans to hit because he's a southpaw. When Fundora leans to the left to go on the inside,
Yeah.
Charlo's right rear uppercut, fight over, sleep, gone. Because when he leans over, he doesn't protect his head at all. One crisp uppercut out of there, finished. To be honest, fucking Bud come up to 140, 154 and whoop Fundora ass. To be quite honest,
Somebody
like,
said the same thing. Like, damn,
it's true.
he
It's
he
true.
was better off just like ending the year with that Lubin fight
Yeah, Bud would probably go through
because after
and knock
that
him the fuck
Al
out.
Crumple fight, they didn't do him no justice.
Oh yeah, well I mean you know how that is extreme. They didn't want to give Ocampo no respect because Spencer cooked them. If that had been like some fucking Triple G or some Lomachenko leftovers or some shit, oh he'd be soaking wet. But because Spence stopped him with one punch, they're like, wow, Ocampo was never good. Like what? With one loss?
I'm gonna keep my
Oh,
hundred. I never knew too much about a compo. I still don't. And
he's
that's the
good. He's not the most technical. I mean, he's your standard come forward, aggressive, throw a lot of punches. Quality Mexican style fighter, but he's not bad by any means. He just
yeah, he did good. He didn't get stopped
yeah. Like people got to stop assuming that fighters are ass just because they're not the best. You know.
because these niggas will still whoop your ass.
Yeah. Like Lubin isn't the best, but he'll smoke a lot of other fucking dudes in that division.
He'll smoke for longer.
Right. He'll whoop Belonga. Danny J Rock does not have to come back. And the second sentence should tell you why he lost to Vladimir Hernandez. I mean, you asking J Rock for a lot, and that Lubin fight is dangerous for both of them. I mean, that's actually a fair fight because they both got around the same amount of power. Well, actually, I think Lubin got more power, but they both have chin issues, so I guess that's fair. But
I don't want to see Tony Harrison versus Fedor
hell
because
no,
I don't want to see Tony Harrison gas out and get slept.
Nah, I'm good on that fight. That's nah. That's I want to see Danny Garcia versus Fundor.
Oh yeah,
Danny Garcia probably knock him out.
he
Real
probably.
shit.
I don't know about knockout. I don't think Danny Garcia got power at 154.
What? Just because Benavidez? Nah, fuck that. Why? Danny Garcia once he gets the shit together. Not to mention he been working on his boxing
I don't
skill.
know.
And he been moving
That's a
around.
competitive fight because Danny Garcia he don't throw that many punches.
But Danny Garcia hit hard, bro. I'm telling you, especially with them ribs right there. Danny Garcia hit hard. He hit real hard. And also, like I said, I think with Benavidez he was having hand problems. That's why he switched gloves. He switched to the Grant gloves. I think that in training camp he had some hand issues. Because you notice only for that fight he switched gloves. So I'm pretty positive he has some hand issues with that particular camp. But if he come back 100%, I think Danny Garcia fuck around and knock Fedor up out of here.
My dude Dino Boxing ET said, "Damn, I miss y'all. What's up? What y'all talking about? What y'all think about that fight? Wilder versus Hellenius, man. My thing is, I'm gonna be brutally honest. I think Wilder's gonna send this nigga to fucking wherever the fuck he's from. Then
Norway.
Ted knock him off the fucking shoulders. But one thing I also think about, like, man, can Wilder still take a punch? This is the heavyweight game. If you can't take a punch, no matter how powerful you are, you get punched on you. You never know.
No, Wilder can still take a punch. I mean, hopefully he doesn't test that to where he's actually been working on his head movement and
Yeah,
fundamentals and
hopefully
stuff
you've been
like
working on
that.
some defense.
But no, like I mean, come on, Hellenius got cooked by fucking Gerald Washington. Come on, man. He got cooked by Gerald Washington. Ain't nobody tripping on no fucking Hellenius for real. I mean, that's not saying Hellenius is a bad fighter. He's coming off his two best wins. He's made good improvements, stopping Kalnacki back to back. But nah, Wilder gonna detonate his chin
You think
and
Helene is scared, worried?
shit. I would be. I mean, I think he's happy that he's getting a bag after all the work he put in, boxing people. But yeah, he's worried. And I don't want to hear shit about sparring. I understand that. I understand that Hellenius has sparred Wilder, but even then, he wasn't doing well. Wilder was whooping his ass in sparring. People talk about that sparring session like Hellenius was in there doing something. Just getting beat up.
Yeah, Wilder did knock that nigga head back in that sparring.
Yeah, he was getting his ass whooped the whole time. So yeah, I'd definitely be worried. I would definitely, if I was Hellenius, I would definitely be concerned. You spent the entire training camp having no success, and now you got to see him with no headgear. And keep in mind, let's not act like he didn't knock Tyson Fury out multiple times. Like let's not act like that didn't happen. It's just he had special circumstances. But you take those special circumstances away, and you get a knockout.
I know. It's just crazy how Tyson Fury, out of all the longest counts in boxing, Tyson Fury has two of them against the same fighter.
Yeah, and then people it pisses me off. People keep talking about AJ. I'm like, bro, AJ. Let me remind y'all again. AJ got stopped by Andy Ruiz, somebody that old ass Areola and old ass Ortiz went the distance with. Stop talking about that soft ass nigga like he's still the Terminator. Like, like, bro, like the fucking mystique is over. Someone can come up from cruiserweight and whoop his ass
And
definitively
what?
twice.
And you know
It's
what's
it's
so
over.
crazy? As much as shit the UK fans talk about Wilder, how much they was protecting AJ, they know damn well if Usyk came up from fucking cruiserweight to fight Wilder, that shit wouldn't be that easy, nigga.
Man,
It
damn
wouldn't.
that.
Hell no.
Damn that. If Wilder had ate one less chicken sandwich and cut down the cruiserweight, Usyk would not have a fucking career right now. Nobody would be talking about Usyk. Nobody.
Remember when it was against Wilder uh, going down the cruiserweight? As soon as
Yeah,
he started talking that shit, they was, oh, it's not fair.
yeah. And,
What
and
you
and
mean
then
it's not fair? What the fuck is this?
people thought the WBC created the Bridgerweight class for Wilder. They said, "Oh, he's cheap. That's garbage." But then when Canelo talked about fighting at Bridgerweight, oh yeah, maybe there should be a class in between heaven. What the fuck? What? Get the fuck out of here.
Man, I'm telling you, the double standard, and this shit's crazy because now they're all over the place. Because just a year ago, these niggas was telling us damn near it's impossible to cheat in the sport of boxing. Now it's like, man, it's like the wild, wild west. You see niggas getting caught cheating, glove tampering left and right now. You know what I'm saying? Niggas have to, it's just real different nowadays.
One thing I can't stand, and if anybody here says this shit, I swear to God, I don't like you, and I wish the worst on you. One thing I can't stand is when people say, "Oh well, cheating and the mafia have always been involved in boxing, so like that's okay." I'm like, what kind of fucking fan are you? So you supporting this dumb shit? It's all fun and games until someone you like actually gets cheated. I remember motherfuckers. I remember when Lomachenko said that fucking Aram set him up. People were like, "Oh my god, how could Aram do this? This is the only reason he lost to Tio." And da 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 da. But when it comes to other people, oh, it's not a big concern. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Talking about, oh well, the mob and cheating has always been a part of boxing, so it don't matter. But then you want to talk shit about fucking Miller. Like this dude, these same dudes will still bring up Mayweather's fucking IV.
They'll still bring up, and that's why I don't understand. Y'all talk about Mayweather's IV and shit, but the fact that this nigga is, look, it's like this, man. Even if you try to say, well, the mob always been in boxing, there's never been in the history of the sport where the active heavyweight champion is banned from the country he won the title in because he's in the mob.
Not once.
Not once. He's literally banned from because of the Wilder versus Fury 3, 2 and 3.
Right. And it's funny because I remember people accusing Wilder. They were like, "Oh, well, with his right hand, that's a cheat code anyway, so people deserve to. People should cheat him." And I'm like, "So that's how you feel? So if Wilder tests positive, we should be straight then. If you go to fucking UK and punch a hole through Dillian White's titties or some shit, we should be good. Like like we should be good, right? And no, you'd freak out. Just like when Povetkin and Dillian White tested positive, oh, it was perfectly okay. And then AJ's got his little exemption for his testosterone. Oh, it's perfectly okay. But Wilder's natural God given strength is a cheat code, and people need to even the score. Like, man, fuck out of here. Nobody trying to hear that. That's why juiced up Cinderbread went over there and slaughtered like all the UK single handedly. That's what y'all get. Y'all, you bitch asses ain't got no fucking
Canelo prime
champions.
wins was Kevin Smith and shit. That and Billy Joe Saunders. Let that sink in.
Yeah, your best fighters got broke up by the gingerbread man. Y'all ain't got shit else. Y'all got Tyson Fury, and that's fucking it. Cause Josh Taylor already got exposed. Connor Ben's garbage. Eubank
Ooh,
garbage. Dillian White
y'all lucky
garbage.
Canelo lost to Bivol because he would have fought John Ryder right in the UK.
Shit, he still might. He still might.
Yeah, man. Hey, Canelo's time's coming to an end, bro. I seen this day coming. I seen it coming. Where he has no more room, where his own fans, his own people is turning on him like, man, all right, man, enough is enough. You can say Andre's a born fighter and all that shit. We'll ride with you on that shit, but you can't say Benavides ain't shit. We want to see that shit. All the Mexicans call him out on that shit, man.
And, I
They
like people keep
go
talking
ahead.
about. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was saying go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say people keep talking. People keep talking about Benavidez and Charlo like they aren't threats to Canelo or whatever. And they said the same shit before they fought Bivol because they were worried about Canelo's safety. And I get all that. But let me ask, what's stopping Benavidez and Charlo from doing the exact same thing that Bivol did? Because let me tell you, Bivol didn't do anything special. Just like Triple G didn't do anything special in the
Not
first
at
two
all.
fights. All Bivol did was put one punch behind the other and step forward. That's it. What do you think is going to stop Charlo and Benavidez from doing the same exact thing? Like I'm curious. Like what do you do? What do you do? Like what is Canelo going to like pull magical power out of his ass and just smoke them? Like they're not Caleb Plant. They're not just going to sit there and pose and hoping that his punches glide off like that Mayweather. No, they're going to punch with Canelo.
I honestly feel like Canelo's washed right now.
Don't I'm nope. I'm not entertaining that at all. He's 32. He's fine.
Yeah, 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 all that shit.
I'm not entertaining. I'm no, because all they
And
gonna
he
say is
know it. We all know it. His fans know it.
no, because
Like
all they gonna
the
do is
Triple G
justify him
fight.
fighting Ryder.
The Triple G fight, Canelo's supposed to look like motherfucking. He's supposed to look like a Nui versus Donaire too. That's what Triple G Canelo 3 is supposed to look like. This nigga went all 12 with this nigga, then try to blame it on his hand. I hate when niggas blame it on their hand, but they still be punching with the same hand.
Yeah, he said that his left hand was hurt, and I'm like, yeah, but you were trying to land the left hook the entire fight. So what?
Yeah, so that's bullshit.
Yeah, that's cap. Like with Tank, we could tell his hand was visibly hurt with fucking Cruz. But with you, sir, you tried to land you tried to punch with your left hand the entire fight, and you just kept missing because Triple G kept holding you down with that damn jab, and he kept his right hand up some of the time. But yeah, no, like I'm not entertaining that because then all they're gonna do is do what they always do. Oh, he deserves some rest. He should fight Ryder and then fight Callum Smith again at 175.
I
Like,
I seen one of Canelo's groupies say that, but this
yeah,
time it was a female who said it. She
yeah,
said, "Well, Canelo's hand, is messed up, and he's gonna come back from a long break, Cinco de Mayo, so he can fight John Ryder." Like what? Like what type of shit is that? These niggas really try to cope and make excuses for Canelo.
they given him permission to take a career off since Mayweather. His first loss, they were saying, oh, he fought Mayweather, he deserves some rest. What? He fought an old nigga that couldn't punch. What are we doing? and this time he fought an old nigga that could punch, but he was 40 and nothing happened to him. He's fine. He whooped Triple G's ass for 12 rounds. It's fine. Wow, I don't understand. Like, why is he taking another break? Was his run at 168 not a break? He fought fucking Yil Dirham and Callum Smith and shit. Like he
Because
barely
they're
took any damage.
looking at him and they're like, "Yo, this ain't the Canelo that was punching on niggas' arms and shit." And the nigga couldn't do nothing. Like because look at Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders. Look at Canelo versus Caleb Smith. Would you consider those his peak performances?
Uh, yeah. I mean, shit. Especially because Billy Joe Saunders was an idiot, and he did the same stupid maneuver 5 times in a row until Canelo timed him. I mean, and then yeah, Callum Smith was just trying to survive. Honestly, a Callum Smith rematch at 175 would be interesting, to be quite honest, because now Callum Smith seems to be knocking out every damn thing. So maybe
Yeah,
this time
it's
he'll go
looking
hard.
like he really took the checkish, or he was too drained to fight Canelo. Because I'm like, dude, ain't no way he got in there with Canelo and throw a damn punch, bro.
Yeah, he just sat there covering up on the ropes on the back for the entire fight. So maybe if they did do a rematch at 175, he might actually fight some.
What you think about Benavidez? What do you think he does next?
Um, I mean, shit. Hopefully, he gets the winner of Plant versus Durrell. I mean, well, shit. If Durrell gets like a lucky shot off and beats Plant, I don't know if I want to see that shit again. But Benavidez should be trying to fight Andre, to be quite honest, especially since Andre is no longer busy. But we heard what Samson actually feels about that. Samson came out talking all that bullshit.
Says 7 million.
Yeah, talking all that weak shit. So I don't know. I don't know as far as far as Benavidez is concerned because he needs to stop crying about Canelo. That's for sure. Danny Jacobs ain't doing shit. He should step up. He could also try to fight David Morrell after his next fight. David Morrell is fighting Ados Bostonelli, some Eastern European dude, and I'm pretty sure gonna whoop his ass. So yeah, there's a bunch of
David
shit.
Morrell, he letting Ronnie Shields tell him you ain't ready yet.
That's because of his last fight. He didn't like smoke dude like they. I don't. No, that's a one off. David Morrell is, in my opinion, still probably the best dude at 168, and dude's gonna learn. Dude's gonna learn.
Better than Benavidez?
I believe so, especially when it comes to raw boxing ability. Benavidez is his defense is his offense. He just throws a lot of punches, hits real hard, and people don't really go to his body. But like I said, he got knocked down by Gavril. David Morrell can get over on him.
Man, depending on how cold it is, I might go see that nigga Morrell fight live. I don't know. It depends on who's on the undercard because I don't know who the fuck he's fighting.
Yeah, I mean, people talk. We're talking shit because his last fight, I think shit, I think it went the distance. And yeah, he had pockets where he struggled. He was adjusting. Well, actually, no, he fought Calvin Henderson and he knocked him out in four. And then before that, he fought Alontes Fox and knocked him out in four. So people were just talking shit because of how he looked. But I'm like, but he knocked the dude out. He's 7 fights and he has 6 knockouts. So like people, I don't understand where people are like, oh, he might not be that. Benavidez do this. Like, okay, well Benavidez doesn't even want to fight fucking Andrade. So let's not even talk about David Morrell then.
David Morrell's a big dude.
Yeah, he's coming down from 175. Yeah, some place where David Benavidez should have already been. People talking shit. People tell Andre to move up. People tell Devin Haney to move up. People tell both Charlo brothers to move up. But David Benavidez should stay in the same fucking place, not making weight. Yeah, all right, all right.
So let's be real. Billy Joe Sanders didn't fight shit at 160 before Canelo. Of course.
He didn't fight shit at 160. If we keeping it all the way real. I mean, and that's where he stood the best chance against Canelo.
They really give this nigga all this credit because he beat Eubanks Jr. and fucking David Lemieux.
Right, niggas that certified suckers, like dudes that have accomplished nothing. Like,
Nothing. Their biggest accomplishment is losing to this nigga.
yeah, and that's currently David Benavidez's best win because he just finished whooping Lemieux ass too. So now, oh god, he's a certified killer, huh?
Dude, I didn't even like pay to even watch that shit. I'm like, dude, what? Lemieux at 168. What?
Oh my god! And then Lemieux retired immediately after fucking
Immediately after.
Benavidez had him slurring in the interview because he got his shit knocked back with that stupid ass Richard Spencer haircut. Oh my god. Oh Jesus.
Man, yeah, he retired after that shit. But who else? Clarissa Shields versus Savannah Marshall, dude. I really like the way Clarissa Shields is looking right now. She's looking like a supreme athlete. She's looking like the GOAT. What
I
you
mean,
think?
sh I mean, she is. Until another female boxer accomplishes more than her, then yeah, she is the greatest female boxer of all time. She is the GOAT. And I think unless there's fuckery, because it is still the UK. Unless there's fuckery, I got Clarissa Shields whooping her ass for 12 rounds, and that's a wrap.
A lot
I
of
don't.
people wondering now, like, since the UK got the spotlight on, and they did say that Savannah Marshall is involved with a certain character. Do you suspect foul play?
I always suspect foul play when Americans fight in the UK at this point because we know that that's with all due respect to them, outside of certain circumstances, that's how they survive. They simply they simply do not have the population diversity to develop fighters as good as ours. Because over on this side, because everyone comes to the United States, we fight everybody. We see like in our amateur system, we see all styles. In their amateur system, they only fight other British people for the most part. So that's why their boxers don't really develop. And when they're coming up through the pro ranks, they're only fighting other European level fighters. So that's why their fighters never develop. Whereas over here, we have to train against all styles very early on. That's why British people, outside of fucking like, a Luke Campbell at bantamweight every now and again, they don't really even do that much damage at the Olympics. It's mostly us and the Russians and the Cubans every now and again. So yeah, there's definitely gonna be some goddamn foul play, especially because they all want this bitch to win so bad. Because again, another person that's goaded off of their amateur success. We've seen how those people do when they get to the pros. They usually get folded as soon as they have their first step up.
Man, it will be some shit if Clarissa Shields sleeps her.
Because she got no power. She can't do nothing. Blah 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 blah. Okay,
Honestly,
it sound good.
honestly, I was just watching Clarissa Shields versus Christina Hammer again, and I'm like, dude, if this fucking fight was had 3 minute rounds, she probably would have slept her ass. What's up with this 2 minute round shit when it comes to women's boxing?
I don't know. I mean, that's I don't know. They figure, you know, they figure the female stamina can't hold up. I don't know, but a lot of female boxers have been advocating that that get changed. And if they want it changed, then they should have it changed. If they want 3 rounds, then I mean 3 minute
Put in the,
rounds,
can't you
they should
just put
get
it
it.
in the contract?
You could, but I don't think that anybody want to be in there with someone like Shields longer than they have to.
I know,
You know,
because Christina Hammer, she was in there looking like, oh my god, she was getting punched on.
the last girl Shields fought in the UK. If they had 3 minute rounds, she would have got smoked because Clarissa was whooping her ass.
Practice.
Yeah, but I mean, knockouts take time. If you're not a natural puncher like Tank or Boots or Wilder, knockouts have to be built. Knockouts have to be built over time. You got to make some investment. You got to chip them away. You got to lower their hands. You got to slow their feet. It's accumulation. You know, look at Juan Manuel Marquez. You got to lead up to a knockout. So you got to set it up with combinations and groundwork, and then go for it towards the later rounds. And sometimes you're just not giving enough time.
I think Clarissa Shields might knock her ass out. Man, they might give her the Tyson Fury count if she does not get a knockdown.
I hope that her and Devin Haney don't focus on that. I hope that they just fight their fight and try to win as flawlessly as possible. And if the knockout comes, they should take it. But if it doesn't, just slide out, having schooled them. Because when you try to get a knockout, that's when you start making careless mistakes.
Did you hear your boy Cambosis?
I have Cambosa's talking. I haven't heard him say anything.
Yeah, he said that basically the ref is one of the reasons why he lost that fight against David Haney.
Oh, he's still talking that whack shit. Talking about the ref
He's
allowed for too much hugging.
he basically said that his father urged that they get a new referee.
Okay, cool. Get a new referee and see what you can do differently. Okay. I mean, as people get it twisted, it's not Devin Haney's responsibility to make the fights more difficult for himself. If Devin Haney is a boring fighter, it's up to the opponent to make it interesting. It's not Devin Haney's job to lose. It's your job to fucking win. And it's nobody's fault that you lost but yours.
That's why that's why I don't understand why is Devin Haney getting the sole blame for the fucking performance in the fight, the first
Yeah.
fight.
Does
Why?
Cambosis not understand how to fight out of a clinch? Does he not understand how to get out of one? Because it's very simple. You either step back, step to the side, or how about this? You throw a punch while the person's coming in for a clinch, so they can't clinch you. There's always that. You could always throw some punches, but nah, you hug up too because you don't know what the fuck to do.
And let's not act like his face wasn't getting tagged up either.
Exactly. Because every time he would try to step back, he would either catch a jab or catch an uppercut, and he didn't know what to do. But, Devin Haney doesn't have that KO power, but he has enough power to have you thinking different. It's just like Canelo versus Mayweather. He had all types of hand surgeries and issues, but after a while, you didn't see Canelo try to walk Mayweather down, did you? You didn't see him try to run up on him anymore, did you?
Hell no, Mayweather had that nigga about to cry in the fucking corner.
Yeah, exactly. It's not always about having the concussive KO power. Like if you have enough power to like shut an eye or disorient someone, that's all the power you need. It's not like Michael McKinson. Michael McKinson is a fighter that just cannot punch at all. He has like 22 wins and 2 knockouts. He does not have the ability to punch and hurt somebody. That person,
I wouldn't even want to be a boxer if I can't knock somebody out. Or like, what I'm saying? If I can't get one knockout, I mean 4, 5, 10.
well, I
I
mean,
don't know.
knockout. knockouts are more about timing and punch placement than raw physical strength.
Not just not just Mike Tyson knockouts. If you don't have the power to at least hurt your opponent, like if you got Paulie Malignaggi opponent, fucking power, that will definitely discourage me as a boxer.
I mean, you have to if that's if that's the case, you have to learn that about yourself early and make the necessary adjustments. Like look at Tim Bradley. Tim Bradley ain't have no real power, but he made up for it with athleticism and punch volume. So he could back dudes off of him with flurries of punches, and he had a good gas tank where he could step around, step off, or step back. You got to learn these things about yourself early and make the necessary compensation so you can survive.
Said Cambosis is a lost cause at this point. Haney gonna wash him so clean. He gonna be shining. And they fighting in a smaller venue, probably a smaller ring too.
Yeah, and I get so pissed off people talking about, oh, there's no hype for Haney's fight. Haney tried to fight Lomachenko. Haney tried to fight Tank. Haney tried to fight Tiafimo. All you dudes said, no, he doesn't deserve shit because he's boring. So it's like, don't be talking shit now that it all worked out in his favor and he just has to fight Cambosis. He tried to make the best fights early on, and y'all all said no. Y'all rather those fucking idiots fight each other, and now look at them. They're all a bunch of losers waiting to see what Haney's doing. That's what y'all get. People who duck, it never works out for them. Like Terrence Crawford, if he fucks this up, like I'm telling you, what you think will happen? Because Virgil Ortiz Jr. would rather, I guarantee you, Virgil Ortiz Jr. would rather fight Errol Spence in Texas than anything else. And the number 2 for the WBO is Boots. So I'm gonna tell y'all, if Crawford fucks this up and this fight don't get made and he stays at welterweight, that shit isn't sweet. He's gonna be in real trouble for less money. He's gonna be in legitimate trouble for less money. And it's the same thing with all these bitch dudes. Same thing with Tiafimo. Same thing with Lomachenko and Cambosis. They all either duck or try to duck, and they end up getting their ass whooped for less money. Cambosis, luckily, due to the war, got forced into fighting Devin Haney for a bag, and he got his ass whooped. But he would have got his ass whooped regardless. So it's just a matter of how much money you want to give for your ass. He agrees. Mark my words. Mark my words. I'm telling you, it always happens. It's the fucking curse. If Bud fucks this up and doesn't take this fight, he will more than likely lose for less money if he remains at welterweight. I'm telling you right now, that shit is not sweet. Because Virgil Ortiz Jr. could have been fought Crawford and he didn't, because they know he can knock smooth, and he feels that Errol is a softer target, even though Errol will whoop that ass too.
Well, I'm glad we don't have to talk about Conor Bate anymore. Next, Virgil Ortiz might be on that list.
Yeah, shit, because he barely making weight now too, so he might just say fuck it and go to 154 and wait on Spence to wrap up or whatever. And personally, I don't care because Virgil Ortiz Jr. is turning into Jaime Munguia, and he's starting to really piss me off. You talking shit, and I remember people have the nerve to be like, oh, Bud is ducking Virgil Ortiz Jr. I'm like, what? Bud will knock Virgil Ortiz Jr. into next week. Like, what are you talking about? He could have been fought him. Sean Porter was the number 2 for the WBO, and the only reason why Sean Porter got a shot is because Virgil didn't want to do nothing. So, Alfred, with all due respect, Bud will whoop Virgil Ortiz's young ass. I'm sorry. Boots, yeah. Virgil Ortiz, nah. Crawford will get over on him.
Exactly. Hey, but I gotta get out of here, man.
All right,
Yeah,
well,
busy day tomorrow.
oh, for sure. Thanks for having me on.
Yep, we can run the shit again.
All right. You have a good one. Later, chat.